had the Adam Schiffs of the world who, I mean, that guy, don't even get me started, out there day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute, if he could get on TV, talking about the smoking gun. He said he had it, was going to take down President Trump. And those of us who worked in the campaign, honestly, we took like a moment every now and again. We were like, well, wait a minute, did something happen? Even we started second guessing things because they were so emphatic about it. You even had major news outlets like, the Washington Post and the New York Times winning Pulitzer Prizes for their reporting on all of these. And here's maybe my favorite X post from last week. It was from the office of the Director of National Intelligence. It says, hey, New York Times and Washington Post, did you not hear that DNI Gabbard exposed a story with historic implications yesterday? Why the media blackout? Why are you afraid to tell the truth to the American people? Because the day after all of this really kind of came to fruition, the Washington Post and the New York Times had nothing, Stephanie, on their front page about any of this. You would think that major news outlets, and I'll put that in air quotes now for these two, would want to publish the hell out of this. You would want to run this. This is such a big deal. This is such a huge moment for our country. Stephanie, they did nothing. They didn't even have it on the front page. They didn't even talk about it.
You're right, there was a blackout. And if there wasn't a blackout, some of the media outlets started to question DNI Gabbard's credibility, which they've been doing that ever since she ran for president against their savior, Hillary Clinton. So it is just so egregiously bad. And the reason why there's a blackout or they're running defense for the Democrats and these intel people who were potentially in on all of this is because they're embarrassed. They were spoon-fed this nonsense. And a lot of these people are either really low IQ or they're dishonest or they're just extreme loyalists to the left. So they just took everything that they were spoon-fed and were eager to regurgitate it on air to try to hurt Donald Trump and also all of his supporters in the Republican Party. And everything that came out, it wasn't like a surprise to me. It wasn't like, everything that was said, it was like, oh, you don't say. Oh, you don't say. Obama maybe was the person in charge leading the heads of the intel agencies on this. Oh, you don't say. Well, we already knew that Hillary Clinton's campaign had paid for the Steele dossier. And if at the time I worked for the Daily Caller and, I'm a conservative commentator, but, you look into it, you don't want to defend somebody if they're actual Putin puppets. And so you looked into it and immediately you realized it was a scam, that there was just no way that Donald Trump was taking orders from Putin.